Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people. Ashiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu has begged. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is asking that the Supreme Court should not admit Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's case must not be admitted at the Supreme Court, Tinubu has requested, saying Atiku has brought in an unacceptable part into the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is a place where information from the lower court is verified, not bringing up of more evidence. Tinubu asks that the Supreme Court should not admit the evidences or further application that Tinubu has got to bring to the court, saying this is not the right place for it. Tinubu has stood against Atiku obtaining his certificate. This very certificate has been obtained by Atiku, now further shows that there are discrepancies with the very information he submitted to INEC, which under Nigerian law states that any forged or untrue document given to INEC is considered and rendered as a forged certificate, and therefore such an individual does not stand a chance. Article says we have gone through all this in a long time, and we know how Nigerian judiciary system is different from that of the US. Mr. Westbury, the registrar of the school, admitted that Tinubu attended the university, Chicago State University. However, the university did not give Tinubu an original or a replacement certificate, which therefore goes to show that the certificate that Tinubu presented to INEC is fishy and needs further clarification. Where did he get this certificate from, and how did he obtain it? Whose signature are on the certificate? This is where the real issue lies. Ashiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu is saying the court cannot accept Atiku's more evidence being brought to court. Atiku has said this must be verified. This whole system shows that Tinubu has forged a certificate, and under INEC law, if anyone has forged a certificate, such an individual is therefore disqualified. Atiku says he is here to ensure that Tinubu's victory is nullified. Tinubu has pleaded with the court that Atiku plea cannot be accepted as the US and Nigeria system of judiciary is totally different. Tinubu has pleaded that his certificate and academic record must not be released to Atiku. However, they were released, and it is causing more and more cases in Nigeria. The Supreme Court will be holding very soon to determine on whether Tinubu forged his certificate, and this is why Tinubu is saying the court cannot accept any fresh evidences, as it shows Tinubu may have forged his certificate. It therefore lies in the hands and the wisdom of the Supreme Court Justice to give a judgment, look into this case, and give a clear understanding on what could have happened. This is why many are crying out and asking that the Supreme Court does the right thing. My people, now so the matter be, but our very own brother, Shiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is saying that they cannot do any right thing, that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is not accepting any fresh evidence. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria's place is not to accept any fresh evidence at all. He says, so what's happening now? He's very, very worried. He does not want any further case. The Supreme Court will have to meet. They will sit and they will look into this case. They will decide, and they will look into it very well to know if Atiku deserves, if Atiku plea will be granted and Tinubu's request will be nullified. Tinubu, of course, Mr. Westbury said Tinubu attended their university, right? Yes, we said, but it is what he has said now that Atiku is saying must not be obtained. Now there are difference between the very, what Tinubu submitted to INEC. That certificate does not show F, which is a female. Although the university said, that, it was typographical error, But everybody's wondering, why would you give a female male and a male female? That's not even the bone of contention. There is a social security number on the certificate. That in those days, back in the 70s, that was the means of identification. But now they give you like a registration number and all that, or student identification number, right? That very no, that very social security number goes to a female who is also Bola. So the case is very serious against Tinubu. Tinubu now is asking the Supreme Court, not to accept anything Atiku has to say, that they should uphold what the Presidential Election Tribunal Court has said. Nigerians, we are in for a sweet time. Ahead of us, the days are going to be unbelievable, and I can assure you for free that at the end of the day, we all will see, what will be happening in the next couple of days, stroke weeks, stroke months, how things will further unveil. So it is time, honestly, sincerely speaking, time for us to really, decide what is going on in our country. Because the thing is not just about Nigerians deciding and saying, okay, the president, this and that. No. Other nations of the world are watching. People are watching. People know. If you don't know, the Americans are releasing a document about Tinubu end of October, November, December. They have 2,500. But the FBI, CIA have said that they'll be releasing it 500 per document. That's the president you have. So this would be a good place for you to like us, share, subscribe, click on the notification button so we can be bringing you up to speed. Because very soon we all will get all the information. We will understand exactly what is happening, and we are here to bring you up to speed. You need to know exactly what is happening. Nigeria must move forward. Oh yes, this country must advance. We cannot leave it in the hands of those who wants to destabilize and destroy it. No, never. Not anymore, not again. We are here to make a difference. Okay? The judges are being picked already. CJN wants to impute himself into the judge. He's not supposed to be there, but we are watching. We'll keep you up to speed. So these are parts of some of the things that are going on. And why we say again and again, Nigerians must rise up, and we cannot allow the same thing that has been keeping us down to continue. These are so many, the days upon us, oh dear. The days upon us, it is interesting. That's what I would say. Interesting days ahead of us. So let us do well to make sure we like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Bye for